Hey, you guys, Chico here. Today, I just want to shoot kind of a special episode. Came across this article about AI chips, and it's by WCCF Tech. I can link the URLs in the description. First of all, there's this article about how NVIDIA Blackwell, the GPUs for AI, are kind of ahead of the competition. You can read the headlines here. And let's just quickly scroll through this article. And I don't really know how these tests are done, but here's the first plot. I mean, you can go through the article yourself, or maybe you have. It says profitability of a 100 megawatt AI factory and composed of different vendors rack. And here you can see the most profitable one is the GB200, which is from NVIDIA, based on the present Blackwell chipset. And here's Google, and also here's AMD, the old MI300X, and now the recent MI355X. So it's negative profit margin, and they're saying that if you ran something like the NVIDIA, you would have positive profit margin. And the HEX H200 is I believe that's the China version, and from NVIDIA. And here you have Google. So yeah, this Google's TPU version 6, and that's kind of like in second place. So, and then they have another plot, and you can see, before I move on, this says on the bottom right hand corner, source company data, Morgan Stanley research. So somehow this is from some Morgan Stanley document, and it's their work. So it says, like, now if you rental price per GPU per hour, it's over here at 10.5. So you rent the resources, the GPU resources on CoreWeave, and then it says it's comparing the revenue generated per hour. Here's GB200 at 7.5, and everyone is well below that. The other NVIDIA H200 is at 3.7, and here AMD is at 1.4 and 1.7. So seems like NVIDIA would be well ahead. And then this is the revenue and profit estimates for AI factory with different processor. And again, you can see NVIDIA is well above. The blue is the revenue, and then green is the profit of AI interference. And again, this is from Morgan Stanley. And then this is the total cost of ownership, TCO, for AI interference of 100 megawatt AI factory running the Llama 2 70B model first, and it says also in parentheses versus the below mentioned Llama 3 400B was for AI training. So those are the details, but I don't really know what the total cost of ownership entails here. I guess does that include, like over here it's like GB200 is 806 million USD, and so then, like, you want to be as low as possible on this graph. And AMD, despite the other plots claiming for those specific cases, scenarios, lower profitability and revenue generation, that the total cost of ownership is kind of like close to NVIDIA, at 774 and 588. So maybe this is implying there's no, the advantage of going with AMD is the delta between the 806 and for total cost of operation, again, is between 806 and these figure here, 774 and 588, for whatever scenario this is and whatever is included, considered in the total cost of ownership. I don't have the details again. This is just a plot. So, yeah, take this with a grain of salt. This is from one source, and you need the full information to really understand the whole picture. But at the same time, I would just want to mention this, from view above, without understanding all the details. It's saying how NVIDIA is kind of like ahead of the game with versus its competitors, or the selected competitors, in this article. And also in another article, which kind of mentioned before about like how, you know, companies would, you know, particularly like AMD to switch from their GPU, NVIDIA's GPU to AMD's GPU. You know, you gotta integrate it. And basically, this article is saying like, you know, how the Chinese companies are required by their government, if I'm not wrong, to adopt using domestic chipsets, such as from Huawei, at least 50% domestic. And if I just scroll down on the article here, it's like the trouble stems from the complementary software models required to run the chips. NVIDIA's GPUs run on the CUDA platform, while Huawei's rely on the CAN with two N's at the end platform instead. So migration is not just like plug and play, and there's a cost here. So it says as I read on this article, it says as a result, data centers are now forced to use at least 50%. Huawei's chips are struggling to make their AI models that were trained with one platform or chipset, which is NVIDIA in this case, compatible with Huawei's. And this would be applicable to AMD too and other people, because CUDA is just specific to NVIDIA. And to my knowledge, I don't know anybody else using CUDA, or if they can even do so. All right, yeah, I just want to provide that, share that this article. Again, you can find the links in the description, but it's you know, something to think about when investing in companies like NVIDIA, AMD, or anticipating other companies such as Huawei, Tesla, Microsoft, or Google making their own chipset, and whoever else, you know, their own AI chipset. It's things that need to be considered. And yeah, again, the other article, you know, there might be more metrics that show other chipsets ahead of NVIDIA or close to being close to it. This is just a specific. I think these graphs are specifics, and they don't tell the whole picture. All right, I just want to make that clear. Anyways, yeah, that's it for this video. Just want to share that with everybody out there. You know, yeah, we want to make money off the AI wave, and it's good to better understand these factors. All right, take care.